President Trump taking swift action today at the White House, signing several orders involving federal hiring and trade. These were promises made during the campaign. Tonight, what he signed and what it means. And after that contentious moment over the weekend, the White House press secretary presenting images of inauguration crowds side by side, furious with media reports, but then called out himself on the facts. Well, today he emerged again. No pictures with him this time. And what he's saying now. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
Today in the Oval Office, President Trump making good on his campaign promise to pull out of a major trade deal with Asia, the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Great thing for the American worker, what we just did.
And in a meeting with business leaders, Trump warned of a big new tax if any of them move jobs out of the country.
So a company that wants to fire all of its people in the United States and build some factory someplace else, and then thinks that that product is going to just flow across the border into the United States, that's not going to happen. They're going to have a tax to pay, a border tax, a substantial border tax.
The president also signed a federal hiring freeze and an order banning foreign aid to groups who provide abortion counseling. A flurry of activity after a rocky weekend Trump and his team spent defending the size of his inauguration crowd.
It looked, honestly, it looked like 1.5 million people, whatever it was, it was.
On Saturday, Trump's press secretary used his first appearance in front of the press to lambast reporters for comparing the size of Trump's crowd to the larger crowd at President Obama's first swearing in.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period, both in person and around the globe.
But Spicer got some facts wrong, including his claim that more people rode the Washington Metro system on Trump's inauguration day than for Obama's 4 years ago. Trump's senior advisor Kellyanne Conway created a firestorm with her defense.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
Today, Spicer faced the press again.
Is it your intention to always tell the truth from that podium, and will you pledge never to knowingly say something that is not factual?
It is. It's an honor to do this, and yes, I believe that we have to be honest with the American people. I think sometimes we can disagree with the facts. There are certain things that we may not fully understand when we come out, but our intention is never to lie to you, Jonathan.
Spicer acknowledged getting some of the specifics wrong over the weekend, but he stood by the big claim.
And do you stand by your statement that that was the most watched inaugural address?
Sure, it was the most watched inaugural. When you look at just the one network alone got 16.9 million people online. Another couple of the networks, there were tens of million people that watched that online. Never mind the audience that was here, 31 million people watched it on television. Combine that with the tens of millions of people that watched it online on a device. It's unquestionable.
Spicer was also asked whether the president ordered him into this battle.
Did he tell you, Sean, I'm upset about this, I want you to come out?
No, I'm not going to get into conversations that I have with the president.
John, live at the White House tonight. And John, the president meeting this evening with leaders of Congress, then a one-on-one meeting with House Speaker Paul Ryan. And they're all well aware that 20 million Americans want to know what is the replacement for Obamacare.
Well, that's a big one, David. 20 million that could potentially lose their insurance with the repeal of Obamacare. He's meeting with leaders, both Democrat and Republican, and in that one-on-one meeting with Paul Ryan, also needs to get into specifics about tax reform and his promises on infrastructure and jobs. A lot of big promises, David, but not a clear path yet on how to keep them.
All right, John Karl leading us off tonight. John, thank you. We should also point out that on Wednesday, our exclusive interview with President Trump inside the White House. His first one-on-one interview since taking office. Nothing off limits. Tweet me your thoughts and questions. That's Wednesday, right here.